that scared you. Welcome back to some Esane diaries. This is episode 2 now. It is, what's the date today? It is Wednesday the 30th of July. And yeah, quick recap. Basically, my name is Esane, and I have just left my chaos of a life in London to move back to the middle of nowhere with my mum to start all over again, basically. And it's been a week since I did the last episode. My cat is in the background currently. I've left the door open. I thought, why don't we let him in? And yeah, I have gone sober. I have pretty much been eating really healthy, just taking care of myself. But in all of this, I thought it'd be best to document it. Let's have an update first on the job hunt. I've still not received anything. I am still unemployed. And yeah, I've applied to so many jobs as well. Every day I'm applying. And I'm not hearing anything back. I am being aired. I'm being ghosted. Without the heartbreak, pretty much. And it's irritating. It's so annoying. Because, like, I've applied to so many. And I would at least feel, at least 50% of them would have the decency to be like, hey, just so you know, we've, XYZ. But I've just not heard anything. In all fairness, I did apply to these jobs, I think, on Friday, and it is Wednesday. So it's been 5 days. And considering they probably didn't see any of them over the weekend, because, some places are Monday to Friday. I'm assuming, maybe they're only just seeing it today or whatever. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, hopefully next week episode I'll have a job. I'll be employed. But yeah, no, it's getting a lot though. I'm not too worried. But my last paycheck from my last job will be coming tomorrow. So that has got to last me until I find a new job and get paid from that job. So yeah, not exciting, but we move, we figure things out, and life goes on. And I think, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, I am being very well mentally. My friends keep telling me that, out of everyone that's unemployed, I'm kind of dealing with it very well. I'm looking after myself. I'm trying to keep myself active, trying to eat healthy, just because I know that I used to be really mentally ill and very depressed. And I think looking back on it, a lot of that had to do with my diet and not working out and drinking an insane amount of alcohol and stuff like that. So a lot of the things that were going inside of my body and being digested were impacting my brain and how it works. So I've been really making a conscious effort on getting myself active, getting blood pumping across my body, eating very well and getting my nutrients and my vitamins that my body needs. And luckily I've been very on it anyway over the last year, so I kind of know what I'm doing, so it doesn't feel like everything's new. But I've been 2 weeks without no alcohol now, which isn't crazy on the grand scheme of things, but considering I went out every weekend, I would never drink in the middle of the week. But what is it? I've done. Is it 2 week? Yeah, 2 weekends now, not drinking, and then this weekend will be my third weekend. So yeah. But I don't really have a date on when I want to not be sober. But I guess we'll see. But there has been loads of temptations of I was like messaging my friend, like, might come up this weekend, might come down, we'll have a little boogie. I'm like, no. Like, it's like the devil tapping me on the shoulder, like, come on, I know you want to. And I'm like, no, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. But I'm actually, like, in the grand scheme of things, I think I'm dealing with everything very well. I've started going to the gym. It was like last Saturday. Basically coming here, I booked, I used to work for a company that would pay for your like fitness. And as I was leaving, I used most of it on a 9-month subscription to Pure Gym but then I was like, oh, I'll get a job in the city near where I live, so like let me book the 9 months there. And I've been itching at my skin, being like basically obviously not being able to go there because it's quite far. So I used the last of it on a month gym membership for the gym around the corner. So that's where I've been going over the last few days. And because I've got nothing to do, and also it takes so long for me to get there. It's like a 14-minute drive. Obviously, I don't drive. So I'm traveling like a week to get there. No, I'm traveling like an hour and a half to get there. But I don't mind it because it makes sure that it like I'm having to walk to the train station, which is like an hour walk, bearing in mind, which I don't mind because I'm like, that's getting my cardio in. So then when I do go to the gym, I can just focus purely on, strength training and stuff like that. And I actually like put in a proper workout and all of that because I may as well, make the most of it considering I've taken the time to get there. And then coming back is also like hell. I've yet to get the bus. I usually just walk to the train station, or my mum drops me off at the train station as she's on her way to work in the morning. That also allows me to get up very early in the morning. So like this morning I woke up at 6:30. I'm literally unemployed. I've got no reason to be getting up at 6:30. But here I am. But it keeps me in a routine. Sorry, I've got notes and I'm like reading from my notes. But I think keeping on a routine though has been what's been keeping me very headstrong. Like I'm waking up early, I'm going to the gym, I'm putting in effort to go to the gym, and then coming home, making my breakfast bowl that I have every day. It's like 150 grams of Greek yogurt, 80 grams of like mixed summer fruits, like 5 grams of creatine, protein powder, dark chocolate, the lot basically, with a bit of granola on top. And one of my cat's here. Salem, do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything? No? Okay. He's like looking at the ring light in front of me, and like I'm getting real anxious. I'm like, you better not knock that over, sir. Anyway, yeah, so I'm having my breakfast bowl after coming home from the gym, and then I'm like looking for jobs, but this is what is like mentally irritating me, is that like I feel like when you go to the gym in the morning, you set yourself up for the day, and like if I was employed, I'd feel great. I'd go to the gym early in the morning, I'd come home, get ready, go to work, and I'd have a great day at work, feeling so motivated. But I set myself up for the day going to the gym, right? And then I come home and I look to the left, I look to the right, and I go, so what now? And it's so like anticlimactic of like, yeah, I look, I'm like, okay, so but it is what it is. But yeah, I'll come home, I'll look for jobs, I'll chill out. Yesterday I gave myself a haircut. Because I was like, I'm not going down the road and spending money on a barber when I've not got anywhere to go. There's no need for me to have a great haircut. Do you know what I mean? So I gave myself a haircut. But I'm just trying to stay motivated because it keeps me. I feel like there's a big energy difference between last week's episode and this week's episode. I'm in a much better mood. Last week I like came home and I was like, ooh, Like, let me get all my anxious thoughts out. But I'm feeling positive for now. This is when 4 weeks in, I've still not got a job, and I'm like, I've got no money. I've not got any money. I'm gonna lose my job. But no, I'm keeping motivated. That's the um, that's the end of that. Basically, I did want to talk about this week consistency. I thought it'd be fun for us to have topics and themes each week, and I feel like I want to talk about consistency this week, and like what it means to me, and like what consistency looks like for me in the past and me in the future. Um, and I think I really struggle with consistency, even with like jobs. In like my past jobs, I've had like my job reviews, and they're like, "You're great at your job. We know you can do it. You got great product knowledge." This is obviously in retail, um, but you're just not consistent. Like I'll come in some days and it's a real struggle. It's a real struggle to sell those products, Diva. Um, and I just have always struggled with consistency. Like, um, I feel like that's the key to life, is being consistent. I don't know, or like just setting up a routine. Um, for like I don't. Where do I go from that? Actually, that's it. That's the episode. No. But I think that's what I really want to work on now when I'm creating new habits. And I've like completely starting from fresh, is learning to be consistent. Like this morning, I was like, I really don't want to go to the gym. I woke up and I was like, I just want to stay in bed. But I thought, no, let's go. Like it will make me feel so good. And like eating really healthy food. Because I have been eating really healthy. I've been like reaping the rewards of that, and like I'm feeling much better. I'm not feeling like, like I don't feel, in the best of places, but I'm, instead of like dwelling on, you know, uh, my situation at the moment, I'm appreciating, that I do have a roof that I can live under. I do have savings, so I'm not in the worst case scenarios, and I'm appreciating that, like it is what it is. I'm not finding any jobs, but and like I can live a little bit more comfortably, but at least I have money to last me till, like 1 or 2 months to not have a job, and at least I have like a roof over my head, and I can afford food, and I can eat good food as well. Like not, I'm not living off of um, pot noodles and like instant noodles and stuff like that, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but I'm like counting my blessings a bit more, basically, and let's stop the rambling, but I'm counting my blessings a bit more, which is really lovely. In other situations, I feel like I would have gotten really anxious, and I'm like, I can't go out, and I can't do this, and I can't go out and eat foods and socialize, and I'm like, that is the bare minimum, you know. But back to consistency. I think I just want to build better habits, and I think in building better habits is to be consistent. But that's something I've always really struggled with. And I don't know why. I struggle to be consistent. I think it's just mostly because some days I just don't feel like it. But I find habits really easily, and I find habits that when I get into a pattern of it, I do really enjoy it. For example, clubbing. I think the reason I didn't not go out every weekend when I was in London is because I had built that habit, and I was consistent with that habit of, if I was to stay in on a Saturday, I'd go, not only is this like out of routine and out of my habit, because it was so consistent, like I feel left out, Does that make sense? Like I was doing it every weekend. I was being consistent with it. And so it formed into a habit. So then when I wasn't doing that habit, it felt weird. And then my body was just thinking of a bunch of things that it can come up with for reasoning on why this was making me feel how I felt. But in reality, it was literally just because I had built a habit and I was breaking that habit, but I didn't know why I was breaking that habit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just chatting absolute shit today. But I think moving back home, I want to kind of be consistent in building new habits, like going to the gym, at least 4 days a week. Obviously, I feel like when I get a job, that's gonna, deplete a little bit because it'll be a bit more harder for me to go from XYZ. But hopefully, I find a job in the city, so I can go to the gym there that I've got for bloody 9 months. I like, making sure I relax every day. Obviously, consistency is great, but I've noticed over the last few days, I struggle so much to do nothing. I don't think I've spent a single day where I've like, it's hit 6:30 and I've gone, right, it's time for me to do nothing and sit in bed and put like Pretty Little Liars on and just sit there and watch it. I can't do it. I'm doing one thing or another. But again, it's creating those habits. Another thing I think I've been consistent on is like back in the day, or like I think, for example, when I lived in London, because I worked in Central, anytime I had a day off, I would have to go into Central to have a walk. Baby, you can walk round the corner. You don't need to like spend £8 a day on TFL, daylight robbery. Can I add? Don't even. Glad I'm not spending that anymore. But I don't need to spend £8 a day. Just go on a bloody walk. But it felt weird for me to not do that because I was going into Central every day because of my job. So I think I want to kind of tailor that basically and move it into some new habits. Now I am starting fresh, like going to the gym. And like, to be fair, yesterday I woke up and I was like, it's weird that I'm not going to the gym, and I feel guilty. I'm like, why am I not going to the gym? Which I have yet to make up my mind whether that's healthy or not, but we will find out. Do you know what? Like, I think having an unhealthy relationship with the gym is probably better than having an unhealthy relationship with the club. I mean, I feel like you're socialising in the club. I can socialise at the gym. I can make friends at the gym. I can have a gym bro friend. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it. I'll have it. Come on. But yeah, consistency. I think going forward, I'm gonna continue to work on a routine, a consistent routine of waking up, going to the gym, and like doing some bits and bobs throughout the day and just being consistent. I was going to name the episode about being consistent, but I've really struggled to talk about it, to be honest with you. But I guess that's the joy of some Esane diaries. Do you know what I mean? And I found a little quote. When I say I found a little quote, I asked ChatGPT to give me some notes on consistency. And it said, good quote to aim for. You don't need motivation to have consistency. And that's what Gloria, the AI robot, wants to tell everyone. And that's the tea. But I think my goals for next week, obviously, I really want to hear back from a job. And one thing I've not been consistent on is Twitch streaming. Been really wanting to get into that since coming back home and like just playing games. But it is such a struggle to stream to no one. And like, my friends and my community come on, they join and stuff like that. But like, I want to build a bigger community, darling. And like, it's all fun and games when like your friends join, but then I'm like, this ain't a FaceTime, and then I'm asking them stuff and I don't know if they're there or they're in the background. They've got me on in the background, and then I've asked a question, they've completely missed it. So then I've gone and asked the question, no one's responding, and I'm there like on the stream looking like an absolute numpty, like trying to play my game. And then also like, I want a break. Every now and then, I want to get up, I want to do something. It's the fact that I have to sit there for about 3 hours and play the game. And like, it's confusing if I change the game. But that's my thoughts on streaming currently. I do really want to stream Stardew Valley. I have been playing it on my Switch. And I do want to migrate it over to my MacBook, but it looks complicated, so I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Even though I want to, I might just start a new world on the Mac. Might just have to. I feel like it's safer to have a game on your Mac than this is what I mean. I'm like struggling to make a decision. Do I want to have my like Forever World on my Switch, or do I want my Forever World to be on my MacBook? Because if I'm sitting in bed and I'm playing Stardew Valley, I've got, Pretty Little Liars on my MacBook, and then probably the Switch then. But then it's a small screen. But then I do want to get a new Switch in the future. Do want to get the Switch too. I wish they just need to make it easier to like have the worlds go on MacBook or Switch. I'm sure there is like a really easy method to do that, but I just haven't come across it. When I was Googling, it looked really like, I was like, this is too much. This is all a bit much. I'm a bit scared. But that's streaming. DJing, however, I still haven't got DJ decks. It's only been a week. I say still, like it's been 4 months. I might just give in and get some. I want to start hearing back from more jobs first, and then I'll feel a bit more secure to drop a significant amount of money on them. I'm also looking on like Facebook Marketplace, because they're only starter decks. Like I'm sure within a few months I will end up replacing them. So like I don't want to buy any brand new ones, because again, as I said, like I will end up replacing them. But like the thing is with Facebook Marketplace, and what I get scared with buying on there is I'm gonna have to like go into this person's home, go, hi, these are your DJ decks, and then like spin a wheel, press a button, see if they work. I don't want to do that in the comfort of someone else's home. I want to go home, I want to spin a wheel, press a button, play a song in the comfort of my own home, and figure out if it works or not. And if it doesn't, I'll send it back. I'll be knocking on the door going, Stacey, let me in. Your decks don't fucking work. Give me money back. Get in here. And she's like, I'm not home. And I'm like, yes, you fucking are, mate. And I've lost like, 200 quid? Few men. And so like, that's why I don't want to buy off of Facebook Marketplace. Because I'm socially awkward. I'm socially anxious and awkward. Fucking send me to jail. What are you going to do about it? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, that's that. But other than that, this week's been pretty chill. I've not really, what is it? My mum took me to this like festival fair thing that was happening in like a field where she works, because she works for like a community centre. And she was like, come, like, get involved, have a day out, all of this. And I was like, yeah, you're so right. Let me have a day out. Let me go. And I've gone. She's gotten me a volunteer badge with my name on it, and I'm working for free. I thought, free labour? Surely fucking not. But then they didn't even need me in the first place. So then I'm just kind of stood around watching things happen. And I went, Mum, I've got to go. And she goes, then go then. I went, yeah, but I feel bad because I've got a volunteer badge on. She went, well, just go and come back. Go on your walk, come back later and help us pack up. I went, that sounds like a good idea. So I left. And I probably shouldn't have. And I felt a bit naughty doing so. But I did it. I thought it's needed. So I left. And I went on a lovely little walk. And what else did I do? Got a nice coffee. I left, walked to the bus stop, got on the bus, got off the bus, got a coffee, and then had a walk again. Then I went back, showed up, everyone was packing up without me. I thought, I've come on time, everyone's just packing up early. So then I just sat in the car, waited for my mum to finish. Then we went home. Another thing, my mum has been eating up my cooking, like eating it up. She's been loving my cooking and cooking non-stop. What did I make the other day? she absolutely eats up, and she asked me to make it for her, so I made it for her last night, and I made her some portions as well to take to work. It's like this, like, she's also decided to go like semi-flexitarian, vegetarian. I don't know. She was like, I don't want no chicken, but then in this thing, she wanted the bacon lardons, and I thought you're going vegetarian. She went, yeah, but it gives flavour. What? Okay. All right, mum. Queen out, I guess. Anyway, it's like this bacon lardons, corn, potato, hash thing. And it's basically I steam potatoes. Don't ask me for times, don't ask me for measurements, because I ain't got a clue. But I steam the potatoes till I feel like taking them off. And then while they're steaming, I'll cook the bacon lardons I'll like pan fry them until they're like pretty much cooked. Take them out, put them into a little bowl, and then in that same pan with all the bacon grease and everything, I cook this like corn mince and corn chicken pieces. Cook that for a few minutes. Then I add in finely chopped onion, finely chopped peppers, and finely chopped tomatoes. Chop them in, cook it, fry it, the lot, pan, whatever. Then, while that's doing its thing, I take the potatoes off steaming. I chuck them in the air fryer to make them go grill crispy. While they're going crispy in, cooking the pan with all the bits and bobs. I'm adding the bacon lardons in, cooking that till again feel like it. Then once the potatoes are cooked and they're crispy, I add the potatoes into the pan, cook that for a few more minutes so it's all together. And yeah, and then it's done, and I just serve it with mixed salad leaves and maybe a bit of cucumber, maybe a bit of edamame beans. See how I feel. But she's been loving it. She even called me early. She went, I just had that dinner and it's just so good. I love it. And I'm like, you're welcome, Mum. You're welcome. But she always has to like go, it would be better with this. It would be better with that. I'm like, do you want to, how about a thank you? I think it would go down a lot better if you said thank you. And then I responded with a, you're welcome. I'm meal prepping for you. How to be fair, I'm paying her back for secondary school and college but then to be fair, she's making me sandwiches in the morning. I'm fucking cooking her meals. I'm cooking her fucking 4 days worth of meals, mate. There's a difference. Anyway, yeah, but other than that, she's been eating at my cooking, but she is saying I've given her too much. And I'm like, again, complaining. Just say thank you. But then again, I wouldn't know if she didn't say anything. So there we go. But yeah, I've been getting really into my cooking. I'm collecting a bunch of photos, and those photos will be going on my Instagram at some point when I cook enough. I don't know what to cook next though. I'm thinking tonight I'm gonna make like a tuna pesto avocado salad with edamame beans and a bit of mixed salad leaves. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if I can be fucked. But eating a lot of eggs as well. Because I'm going to the gym, do you know what I mean? I'm working on my fitness and getting it going. But yeah, other than that, been eating really well. And yeah, eating my eggs during the day. Making like an omelette, scrambled egg omelette thing in a wrap. So it's like tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, cucumber in with 2 eggs, and then I put it in a wrap or a bit of bread, however I'm feeling, to be honest. But I put it in a wrap yesterday and it got real oily. Not oily, it was watery and it was just leaking out the bottom of my wrap. I went, me after a good Saturday night, do you know what I mean? I'm joking. That was a JK. I'm not a whore. I'm not a slut. Thank you. Anyway, how long have I been recording now? 29 minutes! Fucking hell. Anyway, I've probably closed it up. I'm having a whale of a time. Oh, incoming call. I've got to go. Bye.